Okay, next on our...
Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Emily and Matt here. If you're new to the channel, we do a lot of camping. We do a lot of traveling too, but a lot of teardrop camping. But we just wanted to share our 15 must-have items we always have with us, non-negotiable, always stocked in the trailer. I never leave home without them.
You know, this is our opinions. You might completely disagree. You might find other things that are much more important to the way you like to camp. That's totally fine. We just thought we would share our items with you. These are additional camping items that maybe you don't have when you first start out, but over the years, we've just really found that we really have to have these when we're camping. Having said that, let's talk gear.
Our first item is the Dometic CFX 30 or 35 cooler. We were skeptical on the powered coolers for a long time. First off, because of how expensive they are, but they have gotten a lot cheaper. Dometic is still, seems to be the top brand, most expensive.
Yeah, there's lots of brands on the market.
We're actually probably gonna be testing one that's at a way lower price point here soon, so keep your eye out for that. We just love the fact we don't need to carry around ice anymore. Food doesn't get soggy. With the compressor in the cooler, you think you don't have as much room as you really do. We were skeptical on that, but we can fit a full weekend, if not more, in there if we plan everything out right. And we also set it to 28, so the bottom stays cold, frozen, but the top stays a little bit warmer. So we can actually bring ice.
Put it in like a Tupperware, put it at the very bottom, and then everything else kind of on top of it, and the ice actually stays in cube form for like a couple days.
We love it. Won't leave home without it.
Yeah, must have for the way we like to camp. So next on our list, and I should mention these are in no particular order, is a good canopy. We actually have two canopies. We'll have one or the other with us at all times though. We have a Coleman 10x10 that's always on the roof rack generally. It's a super easy canopy to set up. It just pulls out, throw the top over, you're good to go. It's saved us so many times. Rainstorms, when it gets just blazing hot, snowstorms, we put a wall up. So we always have a good canopy, rain or shine.
And props to Coleman, that thing's lasted 15 years, has not broken a single thing. And we just recently reapplied water seal to it.
Yeah, we did some weatherproofing and that worked great. We
also have a Slumberjack SJK Roadhouse tarp. Little more expensive for just a canopy tarp, but the quality is like nothing else you'll find on the market. The poles are super durable, heavy duty. The tarp is really thick as well. It can hold up to rainstorms, windstorms. We've had it up in the wind just off the back of the trailer. We just love the amount of coverage it creates. There's a lot of different ways you can set it up.
Yeah, it's really versatile.
Yeah, and we can just put it in the bag and throw it in our room box on top of the trailer. We just haven't been sold yet on the canopies that are attached to your roof rack.
Yeah, we like the flexibility to not have to sit right up under and right next to the teardrop camper. If we want to have our fire pit out and away and still be under shade, under cover, we have fires going when it's pouring down rain and we can just sit under the canopy and not smoke out our trailer. Might not be your preference, but that's how we roll.
So next on our list is our down puffy blankets. There's tons of these on the market. We have a couple from Get Out Gear. So many uses. Mainly, I like it for seat insulation around the fire because you're facing the fire, your backside, your butt, everything gets cold back there. If you put that down double layered, it keeps your backside warm. And you can also button them up.
Flying squirrel mode. Matt thinks I look like a flying squirrel. They're great also for summertime camping. Just throw that blanket on top of you, really, if you don't want to get in your sleeping bag, but you want something. So super versatile. We love them. They're always in the camper. Highly recommend.
Next two items, same category, is our Fireside pop-up fire pit. Love this thing. We just started using it recently. We actually had it for a long time, but never used it because we started using our gas fire pit, which is the next item. First with the pop-up pit, it has been amazing. The mesh screen is very durable. We've had that fire loaded with wood, really hot, and no issues. And you think it would smell like fire too, it does not. We put it in the bag, put it in the trailer, There's no smoke smell, so it's been one of our favorite items so far this year. We can also cook under it.
We move it around when we get smoked out. Matt just grabs the axe and we drag it to another part of the campsite. And that's really great for if you're boondocking and there isn't already an established fire pit and you don't want to build a fire pit.
Especially in sensitive areas in the forest, just treading lightly, it leaves no trace of a fire. We absolutely love it. And yeah, the other item, the gas fire pit. We bought this, what, 3-4 years ago? I ran over it once too. Thing's still running.
Still works.
Bent it back into shape. This brand doesn't seem to be around anymore, but there's a million of them out there.
And in the Northwest, and I know a lot of parts of the US, during the summer there's burn bans. So unless you have a gas fire pit of some sort, you can't have a fire.
Yeah, it's huge in the summer.
Yeah, it's really handy in the mornings if you just want to get a fire going if it's a little chilly, but you don't want to smell like smoke right before you go home. Yeah. It's really quick and easy.
We'll parlay the next one onto those two, and that is our propane tank. We would never leave home without it. It's so multifunctional for us as a fuel source.
We have to use it year round, essentially.
Yeah, we use it for the gas fire pit. We use it for our Propex heater in our Teardrop trailer, and we can use it on our Coleman Triton stove. We found a hose that goes from the 20-pound tank down to the little 1-pound bottle adapter. So we don't need to buy all those anymore, which is kind of a waste because you just buy them, use them, throw them away. You know, you can get the smaller tanks mounted on the side of your trailer. That's a great option. It's great for the Timberleaf trailer too. However,
we like the big tank.
Yeah, we like the big tank because we use it for so many things and it fits right in our front storage box easily. And shoot, I think a full 20-pound tank running it with the heater, the stove, and the fire pit, it could last us at least 3 weekends of camping. And after that is our Blue Yeti Maxo power bank. I think it's the AC50. It's on the smaller end, but it does the job. I don't think camping we've ever run it down below 50%. Yeah, power bank's just huge to have to recharge things.
For example, when you're trying to film a video about gear and your camera dies, bring out your power station. There's tons of brands on the market, so get what works for you, but highly recommend having some sort of a backup battery source if you can. We used a blender with it last time. It'll run a blender if you need to make cocktails, so.
Nice. For us, it's like the propane tank. It's a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
And this one we can also recharge with our solar panel, so that's a good option to have. Yeah, AC/DC is a great band. Next on the list, Leadlands or Headlamp, lantern. These things are amazing. You will pay a little bit more for these headlamps and lights, but quality unmatched. The brightness of the headlamps is ridiculous. You can also focus these headlamps really well.
Wow, wow, wow.
3 levels of brightness, blinkies, blue, green. We recently had a run-in with an animal.
Had a little visitor at camp, our last trip, and Matt got the spotlight out and harmless, it was a deer. Headlamp, lantern, on the must-have list. What? This next item is a must-have specifically for me. I know Matt likes it for those mornings at camp, but for me, having a toilet seat, I guess I should tell you what it is first. It's our Bleeka fold-out toilet seat, and we also have biodegradable bags. But for me, again, non-negotiable. This is always with us. Even if we're at state parks. In the middle of the night, I don't want to walk by myself however far to the bathroom when it's cold. For the ladies out there, if you haven't found something like this, you definitely need to check it out. It's a game changer for doing your business in the woods. All right, we're getting towards the end here, folks. We love our JBL speaker. Any kind of portable speaker is a must, in our opinion. We like the JBL not only because you can play music and listen to some fun tunes while you're camping, but it's also a backup power source because it's a charger as well, which is really handy.
And after a couple cocktails, you can leave it in the rain and it's good to go.
Did we do that?
I think we did.
Oh, shit. So next on our list is a good camping stove. I think this is really obvious. We actually have 2 and it's actually come in handy. We have a Coleman stove. It's a Coleman Triton. Coleman's a great brand. They make a lot of different types of stoves. You can't really go wrong. Pick the stove that you love. And then we have a small backpacking stove as well. That's always with us.
And yeah, the backpacking stove actually comes in handy with the trailer too. It's just easier to pull out, put a pot of water on it,
Yeah.
boil it, coffee, noodles.
It's less bulky. We did actually go camping and not have our Coleman stove, and so luckily we did have that backpacking stove, so we were able to cook meals because it was a burn ban, so we couldn't cook over the fire. I probably should have kept the cover on this, huh?
That's all good.
You got your safety first, everybody.
Next up, hatchet, axe. We love the Fiskars.
Kind of a no-brainer. You need it to chop wood, generally.
That's it. Most important for staying alive,
The Bee Gees.
water. We have a 2-gallon Rotopax water tank. We just slide it in the back of the trailer, fits perfectly.
Yeah, it's really
And
thin.
Lasts us a couple nights, full weekend. Final item on the list. It actually makes sense. We didn't plan it that way, but it's something we never really use, but would not leave home without it. That is our Garmin InReach Mini. It's a satellite text communicator. We go off grid all the time. No cell phone range for miles, and if we ever got stuck or had an emergency, this thing would save us. I do use it on backpacking hikes with my buddies. We do some big trips every year, and we get 20-30 miles out in the forest in the middle of nowhere for a few days, and
He does check in.
yeah, we check in with the wives just to make sure everything's okay. It's a great little device. It might be obsolete in a year or two. We'll see what they're doing with cell phones and all that, but for now, it's amazing. Good peace of mind, and as long as you have a clear view of the sky, it will eventually connect with a satellite. It's not instant, so you sometimes have to give it a little bit, but also like the weather function on it. Mainly use that for backpacking. If we're out for a few days and we just want to make sure there's nothing nasty coming in, we'll just have it pull up a fresh weather report for our area.
Actually, we're not done. We have two, I know.
There's more!
We have two honorable mentions, and we put these as honorable mentions and not must-haves because we really only use these half of the year. So the two items are our chainsaw. We have an electric chainsaw. Is it Greenworks? A Greenworks electric chainsaw, and our Julka privacy tent. I think it's actually a shower enclosure. There's 2 compartments in there. And the reason we only use these half of the year is because during the winter, we really, when we're camping, we go to state parks because we can't access the Forest Service roads. There's just too much snow, they're blocked off. And when you stay in state parks, you can't cut wood, so you don't need a chainsaw. And they have bathrooms, changing areas, so you don't really have to set up a privacy tent. Special mention, we do love both of those. We only use them about half the year though. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're not already. We hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in our next one. All right, number, I don't know, something. I'll put it on the screen.
Oh, butterfly!
Look, a squirrel. Look, a butterfly. Jesus.
It was huge!
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Oh my God, it's a cocktail time. Yeah, don't